Hey guys, today we're gonna be making honey glazed chicken. And this honey glazed chicken has crispy panko crusted chicken smothered in a sticky, sweet and savory sauce. And it's so delicious. This is always a hit at our house and it satisfies the pickiest of eaters. So first things first, I'm gonna get started on our sauce. And I really love this sauce because it has simple ingredients. You probably have all the ingredients already in your pantry, and it has a perfect balance between sweet, a little savory, and a little tang. And it's so delicious, like I mentioned. Okay, so we are gonna be needing a 1/3 cup of soy sauce. And this is the savory part. And then we're also going to be needing a 1/3 cup of honey, and this is the sweet part. Okay, so there goes the honey. And then now I'm going to add in 3 tablespoons of rice vinegar. And this will give the sauce a little bit of tanginess. And if you guys hear voices in the background, my nephew's here, so I have 3 boys at home today. So it'll be a bit noisy today. And this recipe is perfect because, like I said, I have 3 picky boys over there and they're gonna love this for lunch. Oh, you know what I forgot? 1 teaspoon of cornstarch. And like I mentioned, I feel like most people have all these ingredients already in their pantry. And that's pretty much for the sauce. So I'm gonna go ahead and set this aside and get working on the chicken. Okay, so I'm gonna show you guys how I make panko crusted chicken. And I really love this recipe because the chicken comes out so nice and crispy without even having to deep fry it. So here I have about 1.5 pounds of chicken breasts, and I cut them in half lengthwise. See, like this? And I'm going to grab a piece of parchment paper and place it over the top just because I don't want chicken juices like splattering everywhere. And then I'm gonna take my meat mallet and just pound them evenly. And this technique makes the chicken like cook evenly and makes it like really nice and tender. And see, the chicken comes out nice and thin. And this is the way I always cook my chicken breasts, so it cooks a lot faster and evenly. Okay, so to coat the chicken, here in this bowl, I have a 1/3 cup of cornstarch. And then to that, I'm going to add in 1 egg. I don't know if you guys can hear the little boys screaming over there. They're pretty loud, but anyways. And then I'm also going to add a 1/3 cup of water. Oops, I got a little shell in there. I should have cracked the egg in the bowl before adding it. It's okay. Okay, so I got the little piece of shell out. And then you just wanna go ahead and mix this all together. I usually film my videos while the boys are at school. Well, Bradley goes to school only Tuesdays and Thursdays, and so those are the days that I usually try to film. But this is like a really long winter break. So I gotta work with the time I have. Okay, so before we get started, I don't know if I mentioned when we were measuring everything out in this bowl, I think I said a 1/3 cup of cornstarch, but it's actually a 1/2 cup. I think I got distracted by the noise over there, but it is a 1/2 cup. I think I said a 1/3 cup. I'll just have to like rewatch the video and see, but it is a 1/2 cup. But anyways, I always have the full written recipe in the description below for you guys to check out every video. Okay, so let's get our chicken breaded. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab a piece of chicken, and then I'm gonna dip it in the cornstarch egg mixture, and then the panko breadcrumbs. And these breadcrumbs always make the chicken like nice and crispy, like I mentioned, without having to fully deep fry it and use so much oil. And in this plate here, I have about 1 1/3 cups of panko breadcrumbs. So just go ahead and lay it on my plate there. And then you wanna just go ahead and do this for every piece of chicken. And I actually made a recipe of this, a recipe video on this like years ago on my iPhone, but this recipe is just so good that it needed to be redone. It really is such a crowd pleaser, And every time I make this, my older son, always asks for seconds. And even my husband loves it. Okay, so now that I have the chicken all nice and breaded, I'm gonna season it with some pepper and really lightly with salt, just because there's already some sodium in the soy sauce. We added a good amount of soy sauce, so just season it lightly with salt. Okay, so we are ready to get cooking. This is going to be so much better than takeout because we know all the ingredients that are going into this dish. So go ahead and meet me over at the stove. Okay, so I have a shallow amount of oil in my pan and it's heated to medium-high heat. And then I'm gonna go ahead and cook our chicken. And I'm gonna have to cook the chicken in batches just because it won't all fit in the pan. And I actually just got this pan from Costco. It's a Tramontina pan, and I love this brand. Here's the cover, it's really cute. I love this brand because it's affordable, it's non-toxic, and I own a couple Dutch ovens, and they really work well with my recipes. So I'm gonna go ahead and cook this chicken down until it's completely cooked through. So this will take about 3 to 4 minutes per side. Okay, so these guys are looking nice and golden and are ready to be flipped over. And this is also how I make my chicken katsu. So you can always use this recipe as a base and then add any kind of sauce you want to it. It's really delicious. All right, so these guys are nice and cooked through. I'm gonna go ahead and remove, set them aside, and then work on our second batch. Also, before I get started on the second batch here, what I like to do is I like to grab my spatula and see all these like fallen breadcrumbs. I wanna remove them just so, we'll try to remove most of them. It doesn't have to be perfect, but I like to remove them just so they don't get extra burnt and then stick on the next batch of chicken. My nephew just walked in and said it smells so good in here. Okay, so I removed most of it. Like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect, but see, I removed like all the big pieces and I added a tad bit more oil. And then I'm gonna go ahead and cook the rest of our chicken, which is only 2 more pieces. Okay, so now that the chicken is all cooked through, I went ahead and removed all the oil and then I wiped my pan clean with a napkin. And then I'm gonna go ahead and grab our sauce, pour that right in, turn the heat back on. And now it just comes together really quickly. Just wanna go ahead and add in your chicken, smother it in the sauce. There is really something about crispy chicken smothered in this sauce. It's so good. I can't even explain it. All right, so the sauce has come to a bubble. I'm gonna go ahead and just flip the pieces over a little bit. See how it's nice and smothered in this sauce. So you just wanna do that. And once you've done that, you wanna go ahead and remove it from the heat when the sauce is nice and thickened, and this is ready to serve, you guys. Skip the takeout tonight, guys, and make this for your family. I promise you will not regret it. Okay, so I normally serve this over rice, and I'll probably do some like roasted broccoli today, but just for the taste test, I'm gonna eat this as is right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and get a piece of chicken, and I love this pan because it also comes with a spatula, and everything was like only $50, and it's such a great deal. Costco, I love you, Costco. Anyways, okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and take a taste.
I'm done.
The kids are coloring in the background.
Look, watch this. Watch this.
Okay. Cheers, you guys.
Ooh. Hey, this is good.
Oh my God, so good. The chicken is like perfectly crispy. The sauce has a perfect balance between sweet, savory, tangy. It's just so good. You guys just have to try it out. You guys want to come and say hi? Okay, they're being shy. They don't want to come out and say hi today. But anyways, make this for your family today. I have to go and cook some rice and some broccoli and serve these guys for lunch. I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care. Oh, don't forget to like and subscribe.